Hi all, welcome to this video on false paradigm model. False paradigm model is one among the three international dependence theories. The false paradigm model is defined as the proposition that developing countries have failed to develop because their development strategies, usually given by foreign ethnocentric economists from developed countries, have been based on an incorrect model of development. The given advice failed to recognize resilient traditional social structure, the highly unequal ownership of land and other property rights, the disproportionate control of elite over domestic and international financial assets, and the very unequal access to credit. So, the basic problem with these development strategies is that they are developed without considering the existing economic, technological, and social system of the economy, which makes them inadequate to bring out the development in an economy. It can be viewed that the incorrect model mentioned causes underdevelopment of poor countries around the globe. The system is designed only to serve the economic interest of countries rich and political elites, both domestic and international. They do not promote development or equal opportunity. Instead, the system provides dominance and exploitation. So in a nutshell, we can say that these models only helps in increasing the dependency of underdeveloped countries on developed nations, as well as the widening gap between the rich and the poor is easily made possible by these false models. However, it is a fact that having a good system, policy, or even government shouldn't always ensure that there will be development in a country. Furthermore, this theory implies that through the cooperation of the elite people from the four world class distinctions, namely center of the center, periphery of the periphery, center of periphery, and the periphery of the center, who have the control of the resources of each group, make the development impossible to achieve. So it is pretty clear that why this model is actually a clearer answer that why countries weren't developing aside from the usual and overused explanation of not pursuing the correct economic policy or government is authoritarian and corrupt and all that. So this theory gives certain suggestions on how these problems can be overcome. It emphasizes that removal of international and domestic imbalances is the most effective way to deal with the diverse social problems and accelerate the phase of economic growth through domestic and international reform accomplished by a judicious mixture of both public and private economic activity. So, according to the theory, with proper governmental intervention, these imbalances can be overcome. And here is an example of a false paradigm model, that is overemphasis on capital accumulation and market liberalization in developing countries without giving due consideration to needed social and institutional change. So now we'll discuss about the major criticisms raised against this theory. The first criticism is that this theory only talks about the system but does not give a concrete explanation of what the system actually is. It is undeniably a fact that the system is accountable for the development of a particular country, but it is also on the shoulders of all the people to take part, and this part is neglected in the theory. That is, the role of citizens in uplifting a country is completely neglected. So, in conclusion, we can say that the false paradigm theory is influential in explaining the international inequality in terms of economy and how development strategies adopted by developing countries cater to increasing dependency over developed nations. This theory asserts that the disparity is a resultant of the imperialism by the powerful and wealthy nations in the world. Thank you.